The moon has captivated human curiosity for millennia. Its familiar presence in the night sky inspired myths, art, and scientific inquiry long before modern technology could unravel its secrets. Yet, it wasn't until the mid-20th century that humanity took its first bold step toward turning this celestial neighbor into a tangible destination. The Apollo missions of the 1960s and 1970s remain etched in history. When Neil Armstrong took his first step on the lunar surface in 1969, it symbolized the triumph of human ingenuity and the beginning of a new era of exploration. But despite the historic significance of the Apollo program, our visits to the moon were brief, limited by the technology and geopolitical context of the time. Today, more than 50 years later, we're once again looking toward the moon, not just as a place for fleeting visits, but as a potential outpost for humanity's long-term presence in space. With recent advancements in space exploration technology and renewed interest in lunar exploration from both government space agencies and private companies, the question is no longer, can we go to the moon? But can we live there? Why the moon? As the closest celestial body to Earth, the moon offers a unique platform for testing technologies and methodologies that will be critical for future missions deeper into space, including Mars and beyond. Its proximity makes it an ideal proving ground for life support systems, habitat construction, resource extraction, and space-based logistics, all of which are essential for the long-term survival of humans beyond Earth. NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon by the late 2020s, is driven by these goals. Unlike Apollo, Artemis is not just about planting flags and returning samples. It envisions a sustained human presence, complete with lunar habitats, resource utilization, and partnerships between governments and private companies. The moon could become a staging ground for missions further into the solar system, and by learning how to live on the moon, we lay the groundwork for colonizing other planets. However, living on the moon is no small feat. Unlike Earth, the moon has no atmosphere to provide breathable air or protect against harmful space radiation. Temperatures swing drastically between blistering heat during the day and freezing cold at night, making the environment inhospitable to life as we know it. Lunar dust, or regolith, also poses a significant challenge. It is abrasive, sharp, and pervasive, capable of damaging equipment and posing health risks to astronauts. The lack of liquid water on the moon's surface means any long-term colony would need to be highly resource efficient, relying on advanced systems for water recycling, food production, and possibly even extracting water from the moon's polar regions, where ice deposits have been detected. Building a permanent lunar base would require innovative approaches to construction and sustainability. Engineers are developing concepts for 3D printed habitats using lunar soil, which would reduce the need to transport heavy building materials from Earth. Solar power could provide energy for these outposts, but efficient storage systems would be crucial to survive the long lunar nights, which last about 14 Earth days. Despite these challenges, the potential rewards of lunar colonization are vast. For scientists, a permanent lunar base would allow for unprecedented research into the origins of the solar system. As the moon's surface has remained largely unchanged for billions of years, its ancient craters could hold clues to the early history of Earth and the planets, as well as evidence of past asteroid impacts. For the commercial sector, the moon offers untapped resources that could fuel a burgeoning space economy. Helium-3, a rare isotope found on the lunar surface, has been touted as a potential fuel for future nuclear fusion reactors. Additionally, mining operations could extract other valuable elements such as titanium, aluminum, and rare earth metals, which are essential for modern technology. Unlike the Cold War era of the Apollo missions, today's lunar exploration is a collaborative effort. Space agencies like NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, Russia's Roscosmos, and China's CNSA have all expressed interest in lunar exploration, with some already planning missions. But the landscape has expanded beyond government initiatives. Private companies, most notably SpaceX and Blue Origin, are now playing a key role in advancing lunar missions. SpaceX's Starship, for example, has been selected by NASA as the lander for Artemis astronauts. The involvement of private industry has accelerated technological innovation and reduced costs, making the dream of a lunar colony more achievable than ever. The International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, a proposed joint project by Russia and China, also signals a shift toward multinational efforts in space. Such partnerships will be crucial in overcoming the immense technical, financial, and logistical challenges of establishing a sustainable presence on the Moon. With all these advancements in technology, infrastructure, and international collaboration, the prospect of living on the Moon in our lifetime no longer seems like science fiction. While we are still a few decades away from seeing fully self-sustaining colonies, the first steps are already being taken. The 2030s and 2040s could see the first permanent habitats on the lunar surface, with astronauts and possibly even civilians living and working on the Moon for extended periods. As humanity pushes the boundaries of exploration and technology, living on the Moon is becoming not just a dream, but a potential reality. The next decade will be critical in turning this vision into something tangible, and as we continue to advance our understanding of space and develop the necessary tools for survival, the Moon may very well become our first home beyond Earth. The Moon has always represented possibility. Now we stand on the brink of turning that possibility into a new frontier for humanity. Could we live on the Moon in our lifetime? It's a question that's closer to being answered than ever before. Over 50 years ago, humanity made history by setting foot on the Moon. The Apollo missions captured the imagination of a generation, but as the decades passed, the dream of returning seemed to fade. Now, with NASA's Artemis program, the dream has been reignited. Artemis, named after Apollo's twin sister in Greek mythology, represents not just a return, but a bold new vision, a sustained human presence on the Moon. This is not merely about revisiting past glories, but preparing for the next giant leap, using the Moon as a stepping stone to Mars and beyond. The Artemis program has three key goals. First, to return astronauts to the Moon and rekindle the human spirit of exploration. Second, to establish a long-term presence by building habitats, power systems, and resource extraction technologies. And third, to use the Moon as a testing ground for the technologies needed for interplanetary travel. Each step builds upon the last, creating the foundation for humanity's next great adventure, exploring the solar system. In November 2022, Artemis I became the first step in this bold new journey. The mission was uncrewed, designed to test the capabilities of the Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built, and the Orion spacecraft. This historic flight orbited the Moon and returned to Earth, paving the way for future human missions. Artemis, I was not just a test, it was a promise, a declaration that humanity's journey beyond Earth has only just begun. The next milestone is Artemis II, set to launch a crew of astronauts farther than any human has traveled in over half a century. This mission will orbit the Moon, testing the spacecraft's life support systems and crew performance in deep space. Though Artemis II will not land, it marks a critical step in preparing humanity for life beyond low Earth orbit, building the confidence and expertise needed for lunar surface operations. Artemis III will be the mission that returns humanity to the Moon's surface, a moment as monumental as Apollo 11. For the first time, the Moon will welcome a diverse crew, including the first woman and person of color to step onto its surface. The South Pole, unlike the Apollo landing sites, offers unique opportunities for discovery. Scientists believe its permanently shadowed craters may harbor water ice, a critical resource for sustaining life and fueling missions deeper into space. A cornerstone of Artemis is the Lunar Gateway, a space station designed to orbit the Moon. Unlike the International Space Station, the Gateway is modular and flexible, serving as a staging point for lunar missions and a hub for international collaboration. The Gateway will also act as a testbed for advanced technologies, including propulsion systems and habitats, essential for missions to Mars and beyond. Unlike the Apollo program, Artemis is a global endeavor. NASA is working with international space agencies and private companies to develop the spacecraft, rovers, and habitats that will make lunar exploration sustainable. Artemis is not just about one nation, it's about uniting humanity in the pursuit of exploration, knowledge, and discovery. Achieving Artemis's ambitious goals is no easy task. Lunar dust, extreme temperatures, and the logistical challenges of space travel require constant innovation. From new spacesuit designs to in-situ resource utilization, every problem solved brings us closer to success. The journey to the moon is fraught with challenges, but humanity has never shied away from the unknown. The moon is not the final destination, it is the beginning. The Artemis program will lay the groundwork for humanity's next great leap, Mars. By mastering survival on the moon, we gain the knowledge and tools needed for life on another planet. Artemis is the bridge between our past achievements and the boundless potential of our future. From the moon, we will reach for the stars. The Artemis missions are more than a return. They are a new beginning. With each step, humanity proves that our destiny lies beyond the confines of our home planet. The moon is calling, and we are ready to answer. The moon's environment is unforgiving. Its lack of atmosphere exposes the surface to extreme temperature variations, radiation, and meteoroid impacts. During the lunar day, temperatures soar to 127 degrees Celsius, 260 degrees Fahrenheit, while at night they plunge to minus 173 degrees Celsius, minus 280 degrees Fahrenheit. These fluctuations make survival a complex endeavor. Radiation poses another significant threat. Without an atmosphere or magnetic field, the moon's surface is constantly bombarded by solar wind and cosmic rays. Prolonged exposure can lead to severe health issues, including cancer and radiation sickness. To counter this, engineers are designing habitats with advanced shielding, using materials like polyethylene and regolith-based bricks. Underground structures or lava tubes, natural tunnels formed by ancient volcanic activity, are also being considered as potential shelters. Water is a cornerstone of sustaining life on the moon. While the discovery of ice in permanently shadowed craters at the lunar poles is promising, extracting and purifying it remains a challenge. Technologies such as heated drills and microwave systems are being tested to extract this frozen treasure. Food production in a lunar environment adds another layer of complexity. Traditional farming is impossible due to the lack of soil, sunlight, and Earth-like gravity. Hydroponic and aeroponic systems, which grow plants without soil, are being explored as solutions. These systems use nutrient-rich water or mist to nourish crops, and LED lighting can simulate sunlight. Air supply is equally critical. Oxygen can be extracted from the lunar regolith, which is rich in oxygen-bound compounds. Electrolysis, a process that uses electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, is another promising method, especially if lunar ice can be mined in sufficient quantities. Sustained operations on the moon require a consistent and reliable energy source. Solar power is the most viable option, but it presents unique challenges. The lunar night lasts about 14 Earth days, leaving solar panels useless during this time. To address this, scientists are developing energy storage solutions like high-capacity batteries and fuel cells. Nuclear power is also being considered. Small modular reactors could provide uninterrupted energy regardless of sunlight availability. For areas like the poles, where sunlight is more consistent, advanced solar panel arrays could be deployed to harness and store energy efficiently. Constructing facilities on the moon requires innovation due to the high cost of transporting materials from Earth. The concept of in-situ resource utilization, ISRU, using local materials to build infrastructure, is gaining traction. Lunar regolith can be processed into bricks, tiles, or even 3D printed structures. Autonomous robots and 3D printers are expected to play a pivotal role in lunar construction. Robots equipped with AI can operate continuously in the harsh lunar environment, performing tasks like leveling ground, assembling habitats, and maintaining equipment. Additionally, transportation on the moon will require specialized vehicles. Lunar rovers capable of navigating the rugged terrain are being designed, with some even incorporating solar panels to extend their operational range. Living on the moon isn't just a physical challenge, it's a mental one as well. Astronauts will face isolation, confinement, and the psychological toll of living in a remote, high-risk environment. Communication delays of up to 3 seconds can also create a sense of disconnection from Earth. To mitigate these issues, experts are developing strategies to foster mental well-being. Habitats will be designed to provide privacy and comfort, with recreational spaces to help astronauts unwind. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, technologies could allow residents to experience simulations of Earth-like environments, from forests to beaches. Group dynamics will also play a critical role. Training will focus on teamwork, conflict resolution, and stress management to ensure that crews can work harmoniously in such close quarters. Establishing a sustained presence on the Moon will require significant financial investment. While space agencies like NASA, ESA, and CNSA are leading the charge, private companies are also stepping in to share the burden. Partnerships between governments and commercial entities will be crucial to making lunar operations economically viable. Logistics is another hurdle. Transporting supplies from Earth is expensive and limited by payload capacity. This has driven interest in reusable rockets and spacecraft, like SpaceX's Starship, which could significantly reduce costs. Additionally, ISRU could minimize the need for Earth-based supplies. Overcoming these challenges on the Moon will lay the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond. The Moon serves as a testing ground for technologies and strategies that can be adapted for more distant destinations. Success here will prove that humanity can thrive in hostile environments, opening the door to an interplanetary future. The challenges of sustained lunar presence are formidable, but they are not insurmountable. Through innovation, collaboration, and sheer determination, humanity is poised to conquer these obstacles and establish a new home on the Moon. Each breakthrough will bring us closer to realizing the dream of becoming a truly spacefaring civilization, with the Moon as our first giant leap into the cosmos. Living on the Moon is a dream humanity has pursued for generations. But life here would be unlike anything we've experienced before, a delicate balance between survival and innovation. Beyond the science and technology, colonizing the Moon is a profound human journey. The first settlers on the Moon will face the challenge of turning isolated outposts into vibrant communities. Collaboration will be key, as every task, from growing food to maintaining infrastructure, will rely on teamwork. Living together in confined spaces means building a culture of cooperation. Shared meals and community activities will help foster bonds and reduce feelings of isolation. But the Moon is a lonely place. With Earth over 238,000 miles away, settlers will face physical and emotional isolation. The challenges of confinement and separation from loved ones cannot be ignored. Psychological support will be critical. Settlements will include counseling services, group activities, and recreational options to promote mental well-being. Technology will bridge the gap, offering settlers the chance to experience forests, beaches, and cities through virtual reality. These glimpses of Earth will provide comfort and inspiration. The Moon's low gravity, just 1/6 of Earth's, presents unique challenges. Without regular exercise, settlers risk losing muscle mass and bone density. Fitness routines will be tailored to keep colonists healthy. Adapting to the lunar environment extends to our diets. Fresh produce will be grown in controlled environments, creating a lunar diet that sustains settlers while reducing reliance on Earth-based supplies. Settlers will also need to adjust to the Moon's unique day-night cycle. Artificial lighting and carefully structured schedules will help regulate circadian rhythms, creating a sense of normalcy. Over time, a unique culture will emerge on the Moon. Traditions will evolve, blending Earth's customs with new practices born from lunar life. Celebrations of milestones, such as the founding of the colony or the anniversary of the first moon landing, will unite settlers and strengthen their community. Art and storytelling will play a vital role in expressing the settlers' experiences. Creativity will help bridge the gap between Earth and the Moon, preserving a sense of humanity in this alien environment. Staying connected to Earth will be essential. High-speed communication networks will allow settlers to maintain relationships, while live streams of Earth's landscapes provide a comforting link to home. These connections remind settlers that they're part of a larger story, pioneers of a new chapter in human exploration. Their work on the Moon inspires those back on Earth, strengthening the bond between our worlds. Humanity's greatest strength is our ability to adapt. On the moon, settlers will face countless challenges, but through innovation, cooperation, and resilience, they will transform a barren landscape into a thriving community. The moon offers more than just survival. It offers a chance to redefine what it means to be human. From building communities to creating a new culture, life on the moon is about embracing the unknown and shaping a shared future. As we take our first steps toward living on the moon, we are reminded of humanity's boundless potential. Together, we'll build a future where the moon is not just a destination, but a home. The moon, once a barren and lifeless landscape, now hums with human activity. The first settlers, scientists, and engineers laid the groundwork for what has become a thriving, self-sustaining colony. Yet, as the population grows and ambitions expand, so do the complexities of managing life on this extraterrestrial frontier. Building a society on the moon is more than a technological feat. It's a human experiment. On this desolate satellite, humanity has the opportunity to rethink governance, culture, and community. But how do you create laws, maintain order, and ensure fairness in such an isolated and fragile environment? The first settlers operated under strict guidelines established by international agreements like the Outer Space Treaty. Nations collaborated to avoid territorial disputes and resource exploitation. Lunar governance began as a collective effort, with decisions made by representatives from participating countries and private organizations. Initially, governance on the moon was straightforward. International bodies like the United Nations oversaw operations, ensuring compliance with treaties. But as permanent colonies emerged, a more localized system became necessary. Colonists needed a voice, a way to govern themselves while remaining connected to Earth. The evolution of governance brought about the Lunar Council, a body comprised of elected representatives from each colony. These councils handled daily operations, resource allocation, and dispute resolution, while Earth-based entities maintained oversight. Laws on the moon were initially modeled after terrestrial systems but adapted to lunar realities. A significant focus was on environmental protection, ensuring the moon's fragile ecosystem wasn't irreparably damaged. Regulations governed everything from resource extraction to waste management, creating a framework for sustainable development. Lunar law emphasized cooperation and shared responsibility. Punishments for violations were designed to rehabilitate rather than exclude. On the moon, every person is valuable, and exile isn't an option. Justice systems were simple and efficient. Minor disputes were mediated within the community, while serious offenses were escalated to Earth for review. Over time, lunar courts emerged, with judges trained in the unique aspects of space law and colony dynamics. As colonies grew, so did their cultural identity. The moon became a melting pot of traditions from Earth, blending music, art, and cuisine in new and creative ways. Festivals celebrating the moon's phases or significant milestones became common. Lunar society developed a culture of resilience and ingenuity. Traditions from Earth were celebrated, but new customs emerged, unique to the moon. Every colonist understood they were part of something greater, humanity's first extraterrestrial society. Education played a vital role in shaping this culture. Schools on the moon taught not only math and science, but also the history of space exploration and the ethics of colonization. Children were raised to view themselves as stewards of the moon and pioneers for humanity's future in space. Life on the moon wasn't without challenges. Isolation and confinement created psychological stresses, leading to efforts to foster a sense of community and belonging. Shared spaces like community halls and recreational areas became central to lunar life. Isolation was the greatest challenge. To combat loneliness, colonists developed close-knit communities where everyone had a role and purpose. Recreation and cultural events became essential, reminding people of their shared humanity. Technology also played a part. Virtual reality allowed colonists to visit Earth-like environments or connect with loved ones back home. Social networks adapted to ensure communication remained vibrant despite the distance. Advanced technology became the backbone of lunar governance. AI systems managed resources, monitored habitats, and ensured efficiency in daily operations. Colonists relied on AI for decision-making support, freeing them to focus on innovation and growth. Technology was not just a tool, but a partner in governance. AI and automation ensured fairness and efficiency, reducing human error and bias. These systems allowed colonists to focus on building a society rather than merely surviving. Daily life also became intertwined with technology. Holographic communication, robotic assistance, and advanced medical systems improved quality of life, ensuring colonists could thrive despite the harsh environment. As the Moon's population grew and its economy developed, discussions of autonomy began to surface. Colonists debated the idea of lunar independence, breaking away from Earth's control to create a truly self-governing society. Independence was inevitable. As the Moon's colonies grew self-sufficient, the need for Earth's oversight diminished. But the question remained, how do you balance freedom with the responsibility of being humanity's ambassadors in space? The Lunar Council proposed a gradual transition, with colonies taking on more responsibilities while maintaining ties to Earth. The vision was a society that stood as humanity's first independent space settlement, an example for future colonies on Mars and beyond. The Moon's journey from a barren wasteland to a thriving society is a testament to human ingenuity and cooperation. As we look to the future, the lessons learned on the Moon will guide us to new worlds, shaping the destiny of humanity in the cosmos. Decades ago, humanity first set foot on the Moon, planting a flag as a symbol of ambition and unity. The Apollo missions inspired generations, but they were just the beginning, a small step towards something far greater. Today, the Moon is no longer just a destination for exploration, but a thriving extension of Earth, a bridge to humanity's future among the stars. The Moon has become more than a place for survival, it is a crucible of innovation. The challenges of building sustainable habitats in a hostile environment have driven breakthroughs in science and technology that now benefit humanity as a whole. From renewable energy systems to cutting-edge robotics, the technologies developed here have revolutionized life on Earth and prepared us for journeys to even more distant worlds. Lunar colonization hasn't just reshaped our technology, it has reshaped us. A new culture has emerged, blending the traditions of Earth with the unique experiences of living on the Moon. Children born on the Moon are the first to grow up with a perspective shaped by two worlds. They are taught to value Earth as their origin, while looking outward to the vast opportunities of the universe. Over time, the Moon has evolved its own governance, a blend of Earth-based cooperation and lunar autonomy. Decisions are guided by a commitment to sustainability, equality, and the shared vision of a better future for all. The Moon's success serves as a reminder that humanity thrives when it works together. What began as an international effort to explore space has blossomed into a global movement toward peace and collaboration. The Moon is no longer just an endpoint. It has become a launching pad for humanity's next great journeys. Its low gravity and abundant resources make it the perfect hub for missions to Mars, the asteroid belt, and beyond. Each launch from the Moon's surface is a step further into the cosmos, a leap toward the ultimate goal of becoming an interstellar species. As humanity looks forward, we also remember the sacrifices and triumphs that made this journey possible. The Moon stands as a tribute to the courage, curiosity, and determination of those who dared to dream. The Moon's legacy isn't just its scientific discoveries or technological advances, it's the reminder that we are capable of greatness when we reach beyond what seems possible. The Moon has taught us that no challenge is insurmountable, no frontier too distant. It is a symbol of what we can achieve when we dare to dream together, a beacon guiding us toward a future filled with infinite possibilities. The legacy of the Moon is not just in its past, or even in its present, but in the boundless future it has unlocked. As we continue to explore, the Moon will forever remind us of our first steps toward the stars. As we journey through the Moon's incredible legacy and look ahead to humanity's limitless potential, remember, you're part of this story too. By exploring, learning, and sharing, we can shape the future together. If you've enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels our exploration of the cosmos, one story at a time. Join us as we keep reaching for the stars, together.